Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Eastside Youth Center tonight here in Allentown, Pennsylvania for tonight's game in the East Coast Basketball League between the Western Massachusetts Zombies and your Lehigh Valley Flight. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tyler Kish, pleased to be bringing you this live broadcast tonight. It should be a fun one between two teams that are headed in different directions. You have the defending Mid-Atlantic Division champs in the ECBL, the Western Mass Zombies, sitting at 3-1 in fourth place in the division. And really, they're only at fourth place in the division just because they haven't played as many games yet as everyone else. And then you have Lehigh Valley Flight sitting in the basement of the Mid-Atlantic Division in their first year as a franchise at 0-7 and looking to get their first win as a franchise against the defending champs, or defending division champs from last year. Would be a pretty good story towards the tail end of this regular season. These two teams did meet earlier in the season on Saturday, March 12th, and that was in Massachusetts, in Springfield, Massachusetts, the home of the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Western Mass defeated Lehigh Valley in that one, 159-97. The Zombies were in control from pretty much the second quarter on. It was a 6-point game at the end of the first quarter, and then in the second quarter they outscored Flight 40-11, and that's how the Zombies took the 159-97 win. It is Lehigh Valley's second largest defeat of the season. They lost to Hartford on opening night, 159-96, so a 1-point margin in that, but Lehigh Valley has been a team that has played better of late. Their last home game against Hub City, it was close until the fourth quarter where the Hogs pulled away. And last weekend in Clifton, Virginia, against the Nova Bulls, two first-year franchises looking for their first win, Lehigh Valley fell by a final of 129-122. And it's been a similar story these last few games. Anthony Jenkins' squad keeps it close in the first quarter. They have a dominant second quarter, and then the second half, they just fall apart. And like I said, last week was no different. They were up at half by 6 against the Nova Bulls, and then were outscored by 20 in the third quarter before rallying back. But it was too little, too late. And then you look at the Zombies, on the other hand. They had a very impressive win against the Red Rose Thunder, their last game, 112-89. And they were at home for that one and led wire to wire. Had the lead at the end of each quarter, and like I said, won that game 112-89. And in that game, they shot 16 of 30 from beyond the three-point arc and 17 of 20 at the line. They are a very physical team on the glass, and that is something Anthony Jenkins' squad will have to turn the corner on from their last game. He thought they did not rebound well, talking to the captain, and Hector Vasquez, the head coach, wants to see his squad get a win. It is his third game as head coach for Lehigh Valley. So we will see what he has in store for this Western Massachusetts Zombies team. Take a look at the Zombie stats their last game they played against Red Rose Thunder. They were led by Karan Iverson with 19 points, 5 rebounds, and he shot 11 of 12 at the free throw line. Now, you hear the last name Iverson. Is he related to Allen Iverson? Well, yes, he is. They are cousins. Karan Iverson stands 6'10". He played his college ball at Memphis and Rhode Island. At Rhode Island, he was under the direction of Dan Hurley, who is now the coach at UConn, and Karan Iverson also had a stint in the G League with the 905 Raptors. He will be wearing number 23 tonight, and obviously quite the track record, and if you have the name, you got to have the game, and he is Allen Iverson's cousin, and he's got some game himself. So we have AI, and then we'll see KI tonight. And Lehigh Valley's last game against the Nova Bulls, they were led by Devin Bennett, who has 30 points in the game, 6 rebounds. Khalil White had 25. Kevin Rolak, 20 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. Shot 4 of 9 from beyond the three-point line, or three-point arc, I should say. Mike Braithwaite chipped in with 14, and Jihad Thorne chipped in with 10. Those 5 guys I just mentioned for Lehigh Valley will be in their starting lineup. And getting back to getting back to the Zombies' last game against Red Rose Thunder, we mentioned Karan Iverson. They also got solid contributions from Terrence Thompson. He had 18 in that one. Ro Lee had 13 points, 14 boards. Chris Starks with 12 points and 10 rebounds. And Norris Cuevas chipped in with 12, as well as a double-figure performance from Derek Boyd. He had 10 in the game. We are about 3 minutes till we get started here in Allentown at the Eastside Youth Center. It was a busy day for basketball today in this building. Both gyms hosting a ton of AAU action, mostly Pennsylvania AAU squads. And a lot of people were in both gyms, but no one really stuck around for this one. The Flight has a few fans in the building, as well as the Zombies, arguably the biggest visiting crowd from a team, coming to Allentown. The Hartford Shockers brought a few fans, but the Western Mass Zombies have quite a bit of fans in attendance tonight, so that is good to see, I should say. And special note, they are coached by Brian Stasitis, and talking with Coach before the game, he mentioned that the NBA Hall of Famer Rick Barry is actually a special advisor to his team, talks with them on a weekly or bi-weekly basis with Zoom calls and everything. And getting back to Rick Barry here, a player on the Zombie squad actually has autism. His name is Johnny Dombrowski. You will see him in action tonight. He is a sharpshooter. The Winchester, Massachusetts native has autism, and the franchise, from what I understood, they have jerseys to benefit autism awareness to support him and others with autism, and they will wear them during the end of the month on April 30th for their game. All proceeds from the gate and the jerseys will be sold, from what I understood, after the game. So that is quite the gesture, and I saw Rick Barry commented on the post on Instagram, and I had to ask Coach, is he affiliated with Johnny Dombrowski, the man with autism, or is he a program advisor? And he said both. I guess they wrote an article about Johnny and got to talk with Johnny a little bit before the game, and he's got game. He has not missed yet in warm-ups. He is shooting all over the place, different spots, and he is knocking everything down. So excited to watch Johnny Dombrowski play, and showing that autism doesn't mean you have limits. You could still live a life, and he is very pumped up tonight, getting ready to go, and good to see him out here and supporting the cause and having his own battle with autism. Like I said, it does not limit him. He's out here playing, and he's got a lot of games, so we're excited to see what Johnny brings to the table for this Zombie squad tonight. As I mentioned, they were the division champs of the Mid-Atlantic Division last year, and they sit at 3-1 right now in 4th place in the division. That's only because they haven't played as many games as the top teams in the division, and they are the Hartford Shockers and Hub City Hogs. Both of those squads sit at 5-2. Red Rose Thunder at 5-3. As I mentioned, Western Mass at 3-1. Philly Raiders 4-3. Nova Bulls at 1-4, and Lehigh Valley Flight in the basement at 0-7. About 30 seconds away from getting started. We will get you the starting lineups for both teams real quick. The guards for Western Mass will be Petey Skivas and Derek Boyd. The forwards, Chris Starks, Roosevelt Lee, and Karan Iverson will be the 6'10 center. Again, earlier in the broadcast mentioned he's related to Allen Iverson. Karan played his college ball at Memphis and Rhode Island, and played a stint in the G League with the 905 Raptors. He will wear number 23 tonight. For Lehigh Valley, they will go with Khalil White as the guards, a small forward in Jihad Thorne, and 3 power forwards in Kevin Rolak, Mike Braithwaite, and Devin Bennett. Kind of positionless basketball for this squad for the most point. Usually see teams play a 4-guard, 1-forward lineup. Tonight, it looks like we're going to get a 1-guard, 4-forward lineup for Flight. So that could be interesting and something to keep an eye on. But Hector Vasquez, the head coach for Lehigh Valley, sends out that lineup. And we'll see what they have. So one more time, the coaches for each team: Brian Stasitis, the head coach for the Zombies, and Hector Vasquez, the coach for Flight. The Zombies will be in all black with red trim tonight, and Flight will be in their home whites with gold and black trim. So we will have the national anthem any second now. And something to note, in the first meeting where Lehigh Valley lost 159-97 on the road at Western Mass, Devin Bennett, Kevin Rolak, and Kevin Edmonds did not play. They will not have Edmonds tonight, but Rolak and Bennett are in the starting lineup. We will step aside for the national anthem. So something to keep an eye on tonight are the inactives for both squads. Western Mass without 3 players tonight, and Lehigh Valley, it looks like without 4 or 5 guys tonight, including Kevin Edmonds, Randy Peralta, Nasir McFadden, and Kawhi Rucker. Kevin Edmonds doesn't appear to be on the far sideline, as well as Hassan Greenfield, from what I can tell. So this will be a short staff for Flight. Looking at the statistical standouts, we'll start with the player to watch for the Western Mass Zombies. No surprise, we picked Karan Iverson, leading the team in points per game with 24.5 points per game and just under 10 rebounds a game at 9.7 rebounds. And he averages a block a game. He will wear number 23 for Western Mass, who are in all black with red trim. And he will get the start at center. For Lehigh Valley, we will look at their top performers, and we're going to keep an eye on the 6'8" Devin Bennett, the player to watch tonight for Flight. 23.5 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists a game. And for a 6'8" big man, he shoots 45% from beyond the three-point arc. One more time, the starting lineups for both teams: P.D. Skivas and Derek Boyd, the guards for the Zombies, and the forwards Chris Starks and Roosevelt Lee, and the center Karan Iverson. For Lehigh Valley, the guard Khalil White, and then the 4 forwards, the small forward Jihad Thorne, and the 3 power forwards Kevin Rolak, Mike Braithwaite, and Devin Bennett. So one more time, Zombies in black and red, Flight in white and gold. So we are just about set for basketball tonight here in the ECBL. Again, I'm Tyler Kish, bringing you tonight's broadcast from the Eastside Youth Center in Allentown, Pennsylvania. So about a 3-4 hour ride for the Zombies, who are out of Springfield, Massachusetts. So in the circle to tip it off will be Chris Starks and Mike Braithwaite. Braithwaite got his hand on it, tapped it to Skivas. Skivas has his pocket picked, and we have a reach-in foul right away called on Chris Starks. It'll be his first, team's first. And already the ball found its way to the broadcast booth, so they have a foul on the scoreboard. The Zombies squad wanted a kicked ball. They do not get the call. So right now, Starks with 1 foul. Devin Bennett feeding Braithwaite down low. Nice little give and go. Jihad Thorne Missed the easy one with the right hand. And looking to run here is Derek Boyd, Springfield, Massachusetts native. Has his pocket picked. Here comes Khalil White in transition. Dumps it back to Thorne. And White will fire the baseline jumper off the mark. Offensive board, Devin Bennett. And a kicked ball is called. The ball will stay with Flight. Devin Bennett working against Chris Starks. Starks 6'6", Bennett 6'8". Will pull the trigger off the back iron too strong. Rebound, Skivas. Petey Skivas, Wethersfield, Connecticut native. Played his college ball at Plymouth State. Skivas blows right by Braithwaite, dumps it down low, and the first bucket of the night belongs to the Zombies, courtesy of Chris Starks. A 2-0 lead for Western Mass. Here's Kevin Rolak, 20 points, 13 boards, 6 assists. Last game against the Nova Bulls, he fired it off the rim unintentionally, and he's able to get it back. Rolak looking to go coast to coast, almost lost it. Bit of a sloppy start for both teams. Kevin's step back is off the mark, and the rebound pulled down by Roosevelt Lee. 10:20 left here in this first quarter. Here's Skivas. Knocked to the deck. He wanted the foul call. Rolak ahead of the pack in transition. Lays it up. No, he missed the easy one. Working against Iverson, unable to lay it up. And Karan Iverson, the 6'10 center and cousin of Allen Iverson, will walk it up the floor. Karan, again, played his college ball at Memphis and Rhode Island and had a stint in the G League with the 905 Raptors. He's off target on his three. And here comes Devin Bennett. Three ball, Braithwaite, too strong. Flight have been unable to score in the first 3 minutes. 9:34 left in this first quarter. Make that 2.5 minutes. Rolak misfires on the jumper. Offensive board, Braithwaite, but he turned it over. Starks with the deflection, or make it Lee with the deflection, and he's unable to lay it up. Khalil White on the wing. Steps back into a three and rattles it home. Khalil White, three ball. Averaging about three-point field goals made per game. Here's Roosevelt Lee with the answer. Banks it in. A 4-3 lead for the Zombies. 8:51 left to play in this first quarter. Skivas, and a deep three on the way, and nothing but the bottom of the net out of the hands of Derek Boyd. Zombies' first three of the night. They lead it 7-3, 8.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Jahad Thorne, the Allentown native, Deerhoff High School product, on the drive, dumps it down low. Braithwaite playing bully ball down low with the teardrop. And Mike's had a solid few games of late. He had 14 in the last game against the Nova Bulls, and on the season, Mike averaging 12, just under 13 points a game at 12.7. Walled off down low, Karan Iverson, he is fouled, and he will go to the line. And they will call it on, I believe, number 23, Jahad Thorne. We'll check that. But Iverson will head to the line. He had 19 points in the Zombies' last game, a 112-89 win over the Red Rose Thunder. And Iverson for the Zombies in that game was 11 of 12 at the line. Again, 19 points, but he misfires on the first free throw attempt. See if he's able to get on the board for the first time tonight, and he does so with the free throw. Devin Bennett, yet to score, fires the three, spins it in and out. Rebound, Karan Iverson, and he can run the floor. Skivas, nice ball movement. Iverson has his pocket picked, but Skivas able to get it back. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Skivas on the drive. Tough move through traffic, and he lays it in with the left hand. And now a steal. Karan Iverson short. Tried to tap it back in, and a foul is called. And they call it on Jihad Thorne. And it looks like Anthony Jenkins. No, I thought he was going to get up, but it doesn't appear so. So now they're questioning who the foul's on. For the moment, Thorne has 2, but we'll check that. Iverson knocks down the free throw. Hector Vasquez wants a 30-second timeout. Lehigh Valley will take it, trailing 11-5, 7:28 left in the first quarter. So a tough start right now for Lehigh Valley. 5 different Zombie players have scored, being led by Derek Boyd with the 3 ball, 2 points apiece from Petey Skivas, Chris Starks, Roosevelt Lee, and Karan Iverson. For Lehigh Valley, a 3 ball from Khalil White and a 2-point field goal under the basket for Mike Braithwaite. That's been it. Flight, usually a better second quarter team, but we will see if they can get their guys going, including Rolak and Bennett. Devin Bennett averaging 23.5 points per game on the year, 7.5 rebounds and 5 assists. Rolak at 22 points a game, 14.5 rebounds per game to go along with 2.8 assists. But Iverson will be at the free throw line shooting 1 more. And he makes them both. So 3 of 4 at the line tonight for Karan Iverson. 7:20 left here in this first quarter. Khalil White working against Derek Boyd. Bennett with some space. Now in the hands of Kevin Rolak. Working against Roosevelt Lee. Kicks it out. Bennett's been cold early on, and he finally finds his rhythm, knocks down the 3 ball. Devin Bennett's first points of the game, and on the year averaging about 4 3-point field goals made per game. So Lehigh Valley will need to get Bennett going. Again, the first time these two teams played back on March 12th, the Zombies won 159-96, and you cannot foul a jump shooter if you're Flight. And that is Jihad Thorne's second. So they called the first one, I believe, on Rolak, and Thorne picks up foul number 2. And Iverson might be shooting 3 here. Yeah, they're going to say he is shooting 3. So Iverson already 4 free throw attempts tonight. He'll go right back to the line, where he is now 4 of 5. Quadir Croston getting set to check in at the table. 6:44 left in this first quarter. Iverson misfires on the second one, and Croston will come into the game for Jihad Thorne, who checks out with 2 fouls. So Thorne with 2 and Rolak with 1 for Flight. Iverson goes 2 of 3 at the line. He's got 5 points to lead his squad. 6:41 left in this first quarter. Kevin Rolak yet to score in this one. Flight being led by Khalil White and Devin Bennett. 2 3 balls combined from them. Reach and foul called on number 12, Roosevelt Lee, his first, team's second. Devin Bennett neglects the Braithwaite screen, and he goes to the hole and gets the and one. So Devin Bennett starting to find his rhythm. Leads Lehigh Valley with 5 points, a chance to make it a 1-possession game at the line. Devin Bennett out of Patterson, New Jersey, played his college ball at Holy Family. Misses the free throw, cannot complete the 3-point play. Zombies with a 4-point lead, 6:12 to go first quarter. Iverson, tough take, knocked to the deck, no call. Rolak the rebound, whips a bullet down the other end of the floor. And Flight will work it around. Here's Khalil White on the drive. The runner is a little too strong off back iron. Rebound Skivas. Boyd thought about a deep three, hit one earlier. Derek Boyd with the head of steam misses the layup. Rebound Devin Bennett. And here comes Devin Bennett. Flight with numbers. Bennett give-and-go game with Croston, and he has it poked away by Roosevelt Lee. And a foul committed by Braithwaite to slow down the Zombies. 5:35 left in the first quarter. It'll be Braithwaite's first, Flight's fourth. Skivas steps into a three, way off the mark, and it'll go back to Lehigh Valley. An immediate timeout called, 5:29 remaining here in this first quarter. And the first time these two teams met at the end of the first quarter, the score was 32-26 before Western Mass ran away with things in the second quarter at 42-11. So a 6-point deficit in the first quickly turned ugly for Flight back on March 12th. In that game, Khalil White had 29 points for Lehigh Valley, 4 3-balls for Flight in that one. For Khalil White, the only player with 20-plus. As I mentioned, no Kevin Rolak, no Devin Bennett in that game for Lehigh Valley. So a bit of a different story with them in the lineup. And for Western Mass, take your pick. Pretty much everybody in double figures for them. Karan Iverson was 8 of 12 from the floor in that one. Terrence Thompson, who we have yet to see, was 8 of 16. And a few other guys chipped in nicely. Made 15 3-balls in that win. Both teams shot pretty well from three in that first meeting. Zombies were at 48%. Flight at a respectable 37%. 5:29 left first quarter. Lehigh Valley basketball. Flight trailing by 4. See what Kevin Rolak can do. Has yet to score tonight. Khalil White coming off the screen, and thankfully Jules is able to chase that down right in front of our setup. Here's Jules on the drive. He is fouled going up. And I think they got it on Derek Boyd, his first, team's fourth. So both teams with 14 fouls apiece. Jules will head to the line. He knocks down the first. So it's back to a one-possession game. 5:09 left first quarter. Flight have trailed since it was 3-2. That was their last lead at 3-2. Since then, they have trailed the rest of the way. Jules knocks down a pair at the free throw line. Low-scoring affair. We're used to a bit of a high-scoring basketball here at the East Side Youth Center early on in games. Skivas, another tough take to the rack, uses the glass. And P.D. Skivas with 4 points. 2 nice takes for the point guard. Back to a 4-point lead. 4:48 to go first quarter. Rolak will fire the three. It's been off target to start tonight. And Skivas will have the basketball. Trying to blow by White. Nice defense by Khalil. Skivas fires a bullet over to Karan Iverson. Has his pocket picked by Devin Bennett. And finally into the hands of Kevin Rolak. Rolak, unselfish play, dishes it off. Khalil White misses the three. Rolak the offensive board, back down to White. Through contact, no call, doesn't matter. White uses the window, and he's got 5 points tonight for Flight. 4:08 to go first quarter. P.D. Skivas into the hands of Terrence Thompson, his first action tonight. Wearing number 8 for Western Mass, and there's Roosevelt Lee under the basket. 4 points for him tonight. Flight trying to hang with this Zombie squad early. Jules stripped on the way up, but he is fouled by Terrence Thompson. So Jules will head back to the line. On the year, he's only averaging about 4 points a game. A chance to get 4 points early in this first quarter. 3:45 remaining in this opening quarter. Jules is now 3 of 3 at the free throw line. And ironically, of late, Lehigh Valley's been a second quarter team, but on the road against the Zombies in that first meeting about a month ago, they were not a second quarter team. So it'll be interesting to see how the second quarter unfolds. Flight being led by Khalil White and Devin Bennett with 5 apiece, and Jules with 4, and Mike Braithwaite with 2. 3:36 left in the first quarter. Iverson on the step back 3, and we're going to have an offensive foul down low against number 9, Isaiah Lewis. It'll be the 6th team foul for the Zombies. Flight with only 4 in this first quarter. Fouls reset each quarter. Devin Bennett, the runner with the left hand, unable to pull down the offensive rebound. The ball goes back to the Zombies. Petey Skibas working against Jules. Shifty moves, feeds Isaiah Lewis, and he'll power inside. Unable to get it to go. Rolak lost the handle, and Lewis will put it up and in. Isaiah Lewis's first bucket. Isaiah Lewis, an Orlando, Florida native. That is his hometown. The only player not out of Massachusetts and Connecticut for this Zombie team. Actually, check that. Derek Myers, who we haven't seen, is a Spain native, as Bennett is fouled going up. Bennett, 5 points in this game. Chance to add more at the free throw line. Bennett won't get the home bounce. He's now 0 of 2 at the line. Mike Braithwaite back into the game for Kevin Rolak. Bennett missed a pair. Uncharacteristic for Devin on the season. He's a pretty good free throw shooter. There's Terrence Thompson with a deep 3. Back to a 7-point lead. Braithwaite for the answer. In and out it goes, and the answer's cousin pulls it down, Karan Iverson, and look at him try to go the length of the floor. Behind the back, and now we'll slow it down. But getting back to Bennett, Devin Bennett on the year usually shoots 83% at the free throw line. 8 seconds on the shot clock after that was deflected out of bounds. Coming into the game for the Zombies, number 2, and that is Marcel Brown. Marcel Brown, Springfield, Massachusetts native, where this team is located and headquartered. Also the home of the Basketball Hall of Fame. Jules losing the handle. Petey Skibas tried the Euro, and he is hammered, and he wanted the call, and rightfully so. Not able to get a call, but it will stay with the Zombies. Zombies, a special advisor to their team, the NBA Hall of Famer Rick Barry. And foul away from the ball on Jules. Be his first, team's 5th. And Skibas will go to the line to shoot a couple. Skibas misses the first. 4 points for him tonight. And he missed them both. Losing the handle is Jules, and Isaiah Lewis with the loose ball, and now into the hands of Marcel Brown. On the drive, Terrence Thompson with the right hand, and the And the largest lead tonight for the Zombies at 9. Terrence Thompson with 5 off the bench. Bennett on the pull-up, no. Rebound pulled down by Marcel Brown. Into the hands of Terrence Thompson. Putting the moves on Jules Thompson, hanging in midair and finishes off the window. Terrence Thompson leading the way for his squad with 7 points tonight. I'd like to give a quick shout out to the Zombies ownership, Bill and Nikki Bullock. Hopefully they are tuned in tonight. Their GM and head coach, Brian Stasitis, on the far sideline. Had a nice chat with him pregame. Into the hands of Karan Iverson, working against Braithwaite. Karan Iverson got past him, missed it off the window. 38 seconds left first quarter. Here's Jules out of control, and the track meet is broken out. Numbers, Myers, out to Thompson, shot fake, it'll pull up. No, Karan Iverson with the putback and his first field goal of the night. So in the last 2 or 3 minutes, the wheels have started to fall off for Flight. Karan Iverson now up to 7, tied for a team high. 12 seconds left first quarter, 9 on the shot clock. Khalil White will pull the trigger from deep, and a big 3 for White. His second 3 of the game. He's got 8. Half court, make it full court heave is off the mark. We will go to the end of the first quarter. Zombies leading 29-19. Give us a chance to add up some numbers here. Again, I got stats, graphics, commentary, the whole 9 yards tonight. But as of now, Terrence Thompson and Karan Iverson lead the way for the Zombies. They have 7 points apiece. 4 points from Petey Skivas and Roosevelt Lee. 3 points from Derek Boyd for the Zombies. 2 apiece from Isaiah Lewis and Chris Starks. That adds up to 29 for Lehigh Valley. 8 from Khalil White to lead all scorers so far in this game. 5 from Devin Bennett, 4 from Khalil White, or make it 4 from Jules, excuse me, and 2 from Mike Braithwaite. So Khalil White with 8, Devin Bennett with 5, Jules with 4, and Braithwaite with 2. That adds up to 19. Put a fresh 12 seconds on the clock. Make it 12 minutes, excuse me, on the clock to start this second quarter. But a bit of a low-scoring quarter. But a nice run at the end of that quarter in the last 2 or 3 minutes by the Zombies. But Lehigh Valley getting a nice 3-ball from Khalil White to make it a 10-point deficit. It's mostly a 4 to 5 point deficit most of that first quarter. We'll see if Lehigh Valley is able to get back in it. A second quarter team of late. Hassan Greenfield, able to make it tonight. Didn't see him in warm-ups, but he is here. Rolak misfires on the jumper. The Zombies will look to go in transition. Marcel Brown. He's yet to score tonight. He'll pull the trigger on the 3 and knock it down. Marcel Brown from downtown, his first bucket. And it is a 13-point lead for the Zombies. 11:26 left in this first half. Nice moves by Rolak down the lane with the right hand. That's a nice way to find yourself in the scoring column. But leaking out is Karan Iverson in the two-handed finish. Karan Iverson up to 9 points tonight. Braithwaite, the offensive board, and the putback. Mike Braithwaite, 4 points tonight. And maybe a delay of game called. And that is the first delay of game warning on Flight with 10:56 left in the second quarter. Braithwaite will go to the bench. Back into the game will be Devin Bennett. Make that Quadir Croston, actually. Iverson, step back 3. A lot of NBA announcers have said that before, and Karan Iverson knocks down his first 3 of the game. He's got 12 tonight. Oh, nice no-look feed. Hassan Greenfield to Khalil White. Khalil White, the first flight player in double figures. He's got 10. It's a 12-point lead. Karan Iverson, AI's cousin, with the ball, and he's got his own game. And he'll try another three ball. This one too strong. And the rebound, Devin Bennett. Bennett down the floor to Croston. Extra pass. Nice ball movement. Bennett spinning around. Rolex three. No. Another offensive board for Bennett. Croston down low. Going to work. Off with the left hand. Got it back. Quadir Croston usually always finds a way to get a bucket when he comes off the bench in the second quarter, and he does just that. Back to a 10-point lead. Pass is deflected. Isaiah Lewis able to save it. Now into the hands of Karan Iverson, the former G League player with the 905 Raptors and played his college ball at Memphis and Rhode Island. Shot clock violation, no call, doesn't matter. Hassan Greenfield leaking out for a flight, and it is back to a single-digit deficit. 5 different flight players have scored in this second quarter, and 3 of them, those are their first points of the game. We'll see if it continues. Terrence Thompson thought about the jumper. Last second, able to dish it off, and Marcel Brown gets the layup. Brown with 5 in the second quarter. So the Zombies with 10 points total in the second quarter. 5 from Marcel Brown, 5 from Karan Iverson. Both of them have hit a 3 here in the second quarter. Croston over to Bennett. Bennett finds a slashing Rolak. Tried the right hand, batted around, and Karan Iverson rips down the rebound. Marcel Brown. Karan Iverson will try a 3-ball and get the friendly bounce. He was yelling at it to get in there, and the rims listened to him. Iverson's second 3 of the game, second 3 of the second quarter. He's got 15, 8 of them here in this second quarter. Khalil White doesn't get the benefit of the doubt on the 3. Here's Marcel Brown. Fires it away. They're going to say deflected by flight. It'll stay with the Zombies. 8:09 left in this second quarter. Devin Bennett saying, I touched it, and the official said, yes, you did. He doesn't think so, Devin. But can't argue it now. Braithwaite gets it back, so maybe ball doesn't lie. Khalil White fouled by Karan Iverson. It'll be Iverson's first, team's 8th. The fouls did not reset at the end of the first quarter, so they should have reset. That should have been the first team foul of the quarter. So scorer's table gets it right on the far side, so they will not be shooting, and rightfully so. Nice job by the officials to get that right. Kevin Rolak with the ball, 8 minutes left, second quarter. Lehigh Valley's got to start battling back sooner rather than later. Here's Bennett on the spin, hanging. No, but he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Problem is he's 0 for 3 at the line tonight, so we'll see if he's able to knock down his first free throws of the evening. Bennett with 5 points. Makes the first. Chris Starks back into the game for the Zombies. Karan Iverson will get a break. Bennett knocks down the free throw. So Bennett now 2 of 5 at the line tonight, 7 points total. Averaging 23.5 on the year. Also into the game for the first time is Robbie Jones, wearing number 3 for the Zombies. 3 off the mark from Lee. Lehigh Valley with numbers. Khalil White in the corner, slashing and dashing his way to the rim, missed the finger roll. Last touch by Greenfield off his knee. It'll go back to the Western Mass Zombies. 7:28 left in this first half. Live at the East Side Youth Center here in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Again, I'm Tyler Kish. Appreciate everyone joining us tonight here on Flight's YouTube channel. Spread the word. Send the link out to your friends and family that may be watching and have an interest in local basketball. Rolak tried to split about 3 defenders. Obviously a good no call. And here's Terrence Thompson and one. Terrence Thompson with 9 points tonight. And a chance for double figures at the free throw line. Terrence Thompson, Waterbury, Connecticut native, and out of New England College in 2015. And he completes the three-point play. Back to a 14-point lead. I believe the largest deficit was 13 at 29-16 prior to that. So Flight facing their biggest deficit as Devin Bennett will get himself right back to the free throw line. Foul called on Roosevelt Lee. I believe that is his second, team's second here in this second quarter. Make it team's third, here in the second quarter. Flight with just 2 team fouls. Zombies with 3. Bennett at the line to shoot 2 more. He's really struggled at the stripe, now getting frustrated with himself. 2 of 6 at the foul line, shooting 83% on the season from the free throw line. Uncharacteristic out of Bennett tonight. Able to go 1 of 2, though. He's got 8 points tonight, 6:52 left in this first half. Here's Robbie Jones, Westfield State product. Roosevelt Lee tried to bank it home, no, but he's fouled on the way up by Braithwaite, and that should be 2 on Mike. 3 team fouls apiece now. 6:40 remaining in the second quarter. Here's Roosevelt Lee at the line. New Britain, Connecticut. It's his hometown. 6'7" forward. High arcing free throw up and through. 5 points for Roosevelt Lee tonight. And he's short on the second. Rebound Hassan Greenfield out of Easton, Pennsylvania. The same hometown as the former heavyweight champ, Larry Holmes. He'll stay with Flight. Here's Khalil White to inbound. Almost turned it over. A dangerous inbounds play. Hassan Greenfield hanging in midair and able to finish. Nice take by Hassan. He's got 4 points, all of them here in the second quarter. Step back 3, Terrence Thompson blocked by Greenfield. Offensive board, and now into the hands of Robbie Jones. Kevin Rolak hit with the reach-in foul. Devin Bennett clapping it up. His assignment on defense is against Chris Starks. And he's held Starks to just 2 points in this game. Bennett playing well defensively. Struggling a bit on offense, especially from the free throw line. Robbie Jones. A lot of contact called, but a no call. Heard the slap through my headset. White able to catch a break. Here's Roosevelt Lee trying to bully Rolak. Turns around, fires off the window. Roosevelt Lee's done that twice tonight. 7 points for Lee. And he's able to pick the pocket of Braithwaite and get the steal. Karan Iverson back on the floor. Thought about the 3, dumps it down low, but missing the layup was Starks. And here's Bennett. Out to White, wide open 3, and Khalil cashes it in. Khalil White, third 3 of the game. He's got 13. His dad, I believe, is in attendance tonight, so good to have him in the building, able to watch his son here in the ECBL. Again, the ECBL, a semi-pro league that ranges all the way from the New England region to the Carolinas. Karan Iverson with a field goal. They're going to call it a 3 on the scoreboard. So we'll stick with that. He looked to be behind the line. Nope, now they're going to change it to a 2. Khalil White on that last bucket for Flight. As we were sorting it out. And the foul called on Starks. So we'll check that. Got that right. Khalil White with the bucket. And we have a foul on the floor and a timeout with 4:37 left in this first half. So Khalil White having a heck of a night. He's got 15 to lead all players for Flight and the only Lehigh Valley player in double figures. Khalil on the year going into the game having a pretty solid season, averaging just under 23 a game and about 3-point field goals made per game and already with 3 threes tonight. So Khalil White playing well. He's got 15. Problem is his team trails by 11. The largest deficit they faced was 14 in this game. Trying to battle back, maybe cut the gap before halftime. 4:37 left to do so. 5 on the floor for Flight. Anthony Jenkins seeing his first action. Khalil White, Kevin Rolak, Devin Bennett, and Mike Braithwaite. For the Zombies, Chris Starks, Roosevelt Lee, Terrence Thompson, Robbie Jones, and Karan Iverson. So shooting free throws here is Chris Starks. The high arcer is off the mark. Did not look pretty out of his hands. Karan Iverson, 17 points tonight for the Zombies. Starks missed them both. Rebound Rolak, and Devin Bennett tiptoeing the sideline, dangerously close to stepping out, and he converts on the other end with a 3. So here comes Lehigh Valley. Devin Bennett's second 3 of the game, 11 total points on the evening. 8-point deficit. Terrence Thompson, the hot hand, cools off a bit. Rebound Bennett. Can't leave Thompson open. Devin Bennett on the drive behind the back, kicks it out. Rolak, 3-ball, got it. Big 3, and it's back to a 5-point lead. Rolak, 5 points on the night, his first 3-point field goal. All 5 of his points in this second quarter, but other than that, he's been pretty quiet. See if they can get him going. Karan Iverson thought about the dribble handoff. Will step into a jumper, wanted the call, doesn't get it. Starks the offensive board, unselfish feed, and Roosevelt Lee lays it in. Back to a 3-possession lead. We have a foul called on the floor. They're going to call it on Chris Starks. Should be 2 on him. Both teams with 4 team fouls in the quarter. So nobody shooting free throws yet. New lineup in, Norris Cuevas. First time we've seen him into the game. He's back in, or he's in for the Zombies, as well as Petey Skivas returning to action. Bennett fouls Thompson on the breakaway with 3:23 left in the first half. 5th team foul on Lehigh Valley. It'll send the Zombies to the line. Flight have got it as close as 5 here in the second quarter after being down 14 here in the second quarter, but momentum still with the Western Mass Zombies. Terrence Thompson at the free throw line. Knocks it down. He's got 11. And Thompson makes them both. Back to a 9-point lead. He's 3 of 3 at the line tonight with 12 points. Bennett trying to feed Braithwaite. It was off his hands, but last touched by Terrence Thompson down low. 3:16 left in this first half. Jenkins inbounding. Khalil White, the hot hand tonight for Flight. Nice defense by Skivas. Braithwaite from the baseline, no, and skying for the rebound is Roosevelt Lee. 3 minutes and change left in this first half. Karan Iverson walked with it. No, they're going to say jump ball. And he will jump with Devin Bennett. Bennett 6'8", Iverson 6'10". Brian Stasitis thought it was Braithwaite reaching in to force the jump ball. And I think they're going to change it. Now Braithwaite discussing with the officiating crew. Be a big height disadvantage. He's only 6'5". And I guess they agree on the floor. So Braithwaite will jump with Iverson. So now Iverson definitely the favorite to win this tap. These two jumped it off to start the game. Iverson now wins both of these jump balls. Roosevelt Lee in the far corner. 18 seconds on the shot clock, working against Rolak. Nice defense from Kevin, and Anthony Jenkins, only 5'10", going up and climbing the ladder for that rebound. Finds it back in his hands. Jenkins misses the floater. Skivas the board. 2.5 left first half. Iverson with the left hand lays it in, and it's back to a double-digit lead. Devin Bennett will have another go at a three-pointer off the back of the rim, too strong, and Bennett commits his second reach-in foul. 2:21 remaining here in this first half, and not the guy Lehigh Valley Flight wants to see at the line. Terrence Thompson, 3 of 3 at the charity stripe. He's got 12 this evening, and a strong feeling he's probably not done yet on the season. Thompson averaging 17 a game, knocks down the free throw there. Automatic at the free throw line. Thompson, 5 of 5, all 5 free throws in this second quarter. 13-point deficit. It was a 10-point deficit at the end of the first quarter. Largest lead for the Zombies has been 14 points. Kevin Rolak been relatively quiet. Step back 3 off the mark. Roosevelt Lee goes up and gets himself a board. Under 2 minutes left in this first half. Norris Cuevas knocks down a 3, his first bucket off the bench in limited playing time. And now a 16-point lead. Khalil White with the right hand. He is fouled by Skivas. And Petey Skivas doing a hop, skip, and a jump back to his sideline. He disagrees with that call. Looked like some contact, but it could have gone either way. Not the most contact we've seen tonight. Khalil White will go to the line. He's not attempted any free throws tonight. 15 points. Chance for more, and he can't walk that one in. Only 3 Flight players have shot free throws. Jules, 4 of 4 at the stripe. Devin Bennett, just 3 of 8. And now Khalil White, 1 of 2. So free throw shooting has been a problem. Anthony Jenkins says it was a problem the first time these two teams played. Or check that last game for overall for the Flight, it was an issue. Jenkins misses the layup, knocked to the deck. And a 3-on-1. Terrence Thompson, the feed, and the jam from Roosevelt Lee. They had numbers, and Roosevelt Lee slammed it home. Skivas, another foul called on him, and he will run away in retreat. 17-point deficit for Flight. White, that time he walked it in and got the friendly bounce and roll. Now 2 of 3 at the stripe. Now 2 of 4. Roosevelt Lee, spin move on Braithwaite. The soft touch and concentration off the window. Roosevelt Lee starting to have a big impact. 4th field goal of the quarter. 13 points for the game. Braithwaite flashing, calling for it. Khalil White, 6 on the shot clock. Over to Jenkins. Have to put up a runner, and it's short. The fall away off the mark. Look out, Roosevelt Lee, another 2-hand slam, and it is a 20-point deficit for Flight. 20 seconds left in this first half, and Khalil White with the basketball. Thought about the 3, puts on the break, short. 7 seconds for Terrence Thompson. 5, 4. Rolak reaches in, and it'll send Thompson to the line. Tough break. Has not been Kevin's night tonight. Just 5 points for Rolak. Came in averaging 22. 3 seconds exactly on the scoreboard, as you might be able to see in that top right corner. And the shot clock station in each corner. Opposite sides from each other. Thompson now 6 of 6 at the free throw line. And make it 7 for 7. Well, Zombies, another big second quarter against Flight this year. They will go to the halftime break leading by 22. So we'll step aside for a little bit and come back after we add up the stats for the halftime show. So coming back with the halftime stats, we'll start with the visitors, Western Mass. The Zombies with a 22-point lead being led by Karan Iverson. Iverson with 19, Terrence Thompson 16 points, Roosevelt Lee with 15. 5 points from Marcel Brown, 4 from Petey Skivas, 3 from Derek Boyd, 3 from Norris Cuevas, and 2 apiece from Chris Starks and Isaiah Lewis. So Karan Iverson and Terrence Thompson as advertised for Lehigh Valley. Flight trailing by 22 at half. 17 points from Khalil White, 11 from Devin Bennett, and the next highest scorer, just 5 points, Kevin Rolak with 5, 4 apiece from Jules, Hassan Greenfield, and Mike Braithwaite, and 2 points from Quadir Croston. So a 22-point deficit. Lehigh Valley in that quarter outscored 40-26. Make it 40-28, my mistake. I'm a communications major, not a math major. 40-28, Flight was outscored in that second quarter. So about 10 minutes left till the second half begins. We'll take another quick break, get myself a chance to catch my breath, and see if we can get Hector Vasquez for a halftime interview. See how his team will be able to turn it around. welcome back for the start of the second half in about 5 minutes. Still have not found Hector Vasquez yet. Still in the locker room probably with some of the guys going over some strategy. Not everybody back out on the floor yet. But the head coach, Brian Stasitis, for the Zombies, he has to be liking his squad's performance. In that second quarter, outscoring Flight 40-28. And that was really the difference. It was a 10-point game going into the second quarter. And for much of the second quarter, it was close. And then about halfway through, towards the middle end of that quarter, Flight had their planes and takeoff derailed a bit and facing their largest deficit. But still a full second half to play, and we'll see what is in store. You never know, but probably looking like the defending Mid-Atlantic Division champs in the ECBL are going to run away with a win and get them to 4-1. Take a look at some other action around the league tonight. See if we can pull that up with the internet situation in this gym. So 4 games are reported final on the website. The Coastal Elite Pirates with a 123-107 win over the Bishopville Devils. A 154-113 win for the South Carolina Upstate Redhawks against the Kannapolis Lycans. The Primetime Players, a 128-117 win over the Gastonia Snipers. And the Petersburg Cavaliers, a 119-105 win over the North Carolina Coyotes. The other games tonight, North Carolina Capitals and the Hickory Hoyas, they tipped off at 6 o'clock, as well as the Garden City Magic and Carolina Thunder, and a 7 p.m. start time for the Rowan County Bulls and the Fayetteville Panthers. So those, and including our game as well, about 4 games on the late slate tonight. So we will see what happens in this second quarter. One more time, the stats from the first half. We'll start with the Western Mass Zombies. Karan Iverson, 19 points. Terrence Thompson with 16. Roosevelt Lee, 15 points. 5 points for Marcel Brown. 4 from Petey Skivas. 3 apiece from Derek Boyd and Norris Cuevas. 2 from Chris Starks and 2 from Isaiah Lewis. For Lehigh Valley, 17 for Khalil White. 11 for Devin Bennett. 5 for Kevin Rolak, 4 apiece for Jules, Hassan Greenfield, and Mike Braithwaite, and 2 from Quadir Croston. No points in that first half for Jihad Thorne and Anthony Jenkins. Flight without Kevin Edmonds tonight, Randy Peralta, and Nasir McFadden. We thought we'd see a new addition, Jose Ortiz, would see if he would play in his first game. Flight picked him up during the week, but he is not in attendance as well. So that's about 5 players missing in action for Lehigh Valley tonight. Most of their starters are here with the exception of Edmonds. He sometimes starts. 6'9" post player. I have to feel like this team is another shooting guard away. They have a Khalil White, who is one of the top scorers on the team, but it seems like they are another outside jump shooter that plays the guard position away from being a better team, especially off the bench. It seems like no one off the bench in that guard position is able to really knock down consistent outside shots. They have a bunch of big guys that play bully basketball and that can shoot the outside jumper, but not a lot of guards. A lot of the guards are slashers and playoff cuts to the basket. But White really the only one who's showing off the three-point range. He's got 3 in the game tonight, averaging 3 per game on the season. Leads his team with 17. The problem is the Zombies, 3 players in double figures. Being led by Karan Iverson, 19 points for Iverson tonight. Zombies 5th in the ECBL power rankings. And to go along, Allen Iverson, the cousin of Karan Iverson. Karan Iverson, obviously Allen Iverson, probably the most notable relative for him, but from looking at his college page at Rhode Island, he is also a native of, or also a cousin with Marcus Camby, and something going on in the corner. We got a fight within the Flight franchise. Punches and blows being thrown, and Mike Braithwaite having to be restrained in the back corner. And there was a lot of pushing and shoving. A couple players hit the deck. I don't think that's by design, but frustrations have boiled over. Turmoil. Khalil White and Mike Braithwaite going at it. Kevin Rolak as well. Obviously being 0-7. Oh, 8 games in, and this team, frustrations have mounted over. Rolak, Braithwaite, and others have just made an exit to the locker rooms. Devin Bennett walking back as well. So who knows what's going to happen in this third half. There was a massive skirmish in the far corner under the scoreboard. So the big question is, does Lehigh Valley have 5 guys to put on the floor? And you can see Quadir Croston with his chilling, relaxing in the chair. And it's kind of the same approach I have right now, just kind of watching this all unfold. But Kevin Rolak, Devin Bennett in the locker room, Mike Braithwaite hot as well. And Hector Vasquez, the head coach, has not come out yet to start this third quarter. And we only can imagine if he's in the locker room seeing what's going on. But the Zombies just kind of in awe. Usually when Flight goes at it, it's with another team. We haven't seen them have really a conflict within themselves. But Khalil White and Mike Braithwaite chirping at each other, it resulted in both of them having to be restrained, and just not a good look. Cameras were rolling, and unfortunately able to capture that incident, but tempers are likely to be a factor when you got 2 guys who want to win as bad as they do, and so far 0-7 on the season. So we'll see who Hector Vasquez puts on the floor once he comes out. But really, the big story is 2 guys, big disagreement and a scuffle right under the scoreboard. So we are set to go for this third quarter, and a fight within the Flight franchise has derailed the start to this third quarter. Brian Stasitis meeting with the officials. Looks like Devin Bennett is back on the floor. Kevin Rolak is pacing around behind me, so hopefully they're able to get him back on the floor. But there was a skirmish between 2 Flight players. It looked primarily like Braithwaite and White under the scoreboard right before the start of this third quarter. We hope cooler heads prevail. Now here comes Mike Braithwaite back on the floor, which is good to see. Kevin Rolak coming back. So just a couple guys had to calm down there. Those are really 3 guys, Rolak, Bennett, White, Braithwaite, were all heated. Those are 4 starters. Now just making sure the officiating crew is on page, and more tempers flaring on that Flight sideline. We were stuck 69-47 start of this third quarter, and so it looks like Flight will be playing without Khalil White and Mike Braithwaite. Can you get him for me? So correction, it was not Mike Braithwaite. He was in the skirmish, but Flight have had 2 players ejected. Khalil White, their team high in scoring tonight, and number 23, Jihad Thorne. Or make it no, it was number 32. Number 32, Mike Braithwaite, and number 5, Khalil White, out of this ball game tonight. So it was Khalil White and Mike Braithwaite will hit the showers early for a fight. You don't often see players ejected for fighting with their own teammates, but in the ECBL, guess that is the rule. Kevin Rolak, good start for Flight to the second half. Lay it in. He's got 7. So Braithwaite and White both ejected for Flight, not with fighting with the opposition, fighting with each other. The skirmish ensued right before the start of the second half, and they are both tossed. Karan Iverson with the 3 ball, and things could get ugly real quick. Iverson with 22 tonight. Rebound, Skivas. Nice teardrop by Chris Starks. Starks with 4 points. So Flight playing without 2 of their starters now in this game, Khalil White and Mike Braithwaite, for fighting with one another. So Quadir Croston and Anthony Jenkins will be asked to carry the load. The only other player on the bench, it looks like it's Jules and Hassan Greenfield. And that's it. So just a 7-man squad right now for Flight. Skivas turns and fires short. Rebound, Rolak. Jihad Thorne lays it in. Thorne's first bucket. Deep 3, Iverson, no. Rebound, Rolak. Jenkins, outlets to Bennett. Kick to the corner, Jihad Thorne. Euro step and can't get it to go. Rebound, Iverson. And into the hands of Skivas. Off the mark with the layup, and to add insult to injury, some more ECBL franchises that are in attendance, and they saw what happened within the Flight franchise there. So that is unfortunate. But Khalil White and Mike Braithwaite ejected for fighting with one another. 2 players ejected on the same team for fighting with one another, not fighting with the opposition. In my short 5-year broadcasting career, that is the first time I've seen players ejected fighting with one another on the same team. I've seen it with other teams, like, for instance, player A gets into it with player B on the other team. Both of them get tossed as Roosevelt Lee lays that one in, but not 2 players in the same team having an altercation and both getting ejected. So tough break for Flight, but we must play on. Jenkins, high arcing 3, no. Rebound, Roosevelt Lee. Petey Skivas has had some nice slash and dashes to the basket, and look for another one. Puts on the brakes. Derek Boyd pulls the trigger on a deep 3, no. Rolak the board. Oh, behind the back, Kevin putting on the moves. Dishes it out. Jihad Thorne, 3, way off the mark. Another offensive board. Quadir Croston able to tap it in. Thought we heard a timeout call, but They did not hear it, apparently, or they did and just let it go. But nonetheless, it is a 23-point deficit for Flight. Trailed by as many as 25. Lee can't bank that one in. That's been his shot. Banks usually closes time of night, making an exception for Roosevelt Lee. Kevin Rolak starting to get it going with a three. Rolak up to 10 tonight. Offensive board and the putback for Chris Starks. Starks now with 6 in the game, 4 in this third quarter. 7:51 left here in the third. Bennett with contact. They called a foul on the floor. Was he going up? And Bennett will go to the free throw line where he has struggled. Just 3 of 8 tonight. At the line, make it 3 of 7, excuse me. Nope, they're going to say he's not at the line. Kevin Rolak, baseline fadeaway. Look at Anthony Jenkins soaring from out of nowhere. Only 5'10", but the burst of speed and got up in the air and able to put that one back in. Iverson, down low. Roosevelt Lee, 38 years old, dumps it down low. And couldn't tell who that was fouled. I believe it's Derek Boyd, and Boyd will go to the line. But one of these Zombie fans telling me Roosevelt Lee, 38 years old, and pretty impressive for that gentleman. Roosevelt Lee, 17 points tonight. Derek Boyd off on the free throw. Hit a 3 early in the game. But nothing since then. Early in the first quarter, it was one of the first buckets for the Zombies. And he is now 1 of 2 at the line. 4 points for the game. Kevin Rolak starting to feel it. He'll have a go at a 3. It's off the mark, and last touched by the Zombies. It'll go back to Flight. 7:20 left here in this third quarter. Jenkins inbounds to Thorne. Quadir crossed in a rare 3 ball, short off the front iron. And the ball now in Derek Boyd's hands. Look at the turnaround by the 38-year-old Lee. Can't get it to go. Flight have a player up in the high 30s. Anthony Jenkins, number 0, is 37, and Quadir crossed him with a nice jam there. He's good for about 1 or 2 of those a game. First dunk of the night, 6 points for Quadir. Roosevelt Lee out to Karan Iverson. Off on the 3. Jenkins unable to save it. 6:34. It'll go back to Flight. Or check that. It'll go back to the Zombies. Coming back in, Norris Cuevas and number 3, Robbie Jones. Robbie Jones, one of the few Zombie players that have not scored. Cuevas off the front of the rim. Rebound, Devin Bennett. Bennett lost it. Tried to be too fancy behind the back and controlled now by Robbie Jones. Skivas out to Karan Iverson on the baseline. Poked by Bennett, and the last touch by Iverson. Some frustration between Iverson and Robbie Jones. But bright spot for the Zombies. They lead by 19. Kevin Rolak tried to feed Croston. Croston was held under the basket, preventing his progress for the ball. But they'd missed that call. No call there. Croston clearly was being held from behind. Look at Skivas ahead of steam. The left hand off the window. Petey Skivas with 6 points. All 3 field goals for him have been incredible quick takes, explosive finishes at the rim. We got a foul. And Jules will check in. Media timeout at 5:37 here in the third quarter. But it's been all Zombies pretty much since the end of the first quarter. Coming up next for the Zombies, we'll take a look at their schedule in a moment. had the schedule up for the moment, but with modern technology and internet, it is not the nicest thing. Zombies will be at home against the Hub City Hogs at 7 p.m. on April 30th. That day, they will auction off their autism awareness jerseys. Zombies have a player on their squad with autism, Johnny Dombrowski. We have not seen him tonight, but they made special customized jerseys to benefit him and autism awareness. They will wear them on that April 30th game against the Hub City Hogs and auction off the jerseys, and the gate proceeds, the ticket sales, will go to an autism awareness charity, I believe. So we'll see if Johnny gets some action tonight. And Rick Barry, as I mentioned, the NBA Hall of Famer, a special advisor to the team. He commented on the Western Mass Zombies Instagram post about those special jerseys. So nice to see. And we'll see if Johnny gets some playing time. He's automatic in warm-ups, wasn't missing. That man, Devin Bennett, hasn't been missing all season long. Third three of the game for Bennett. He's got 14. Here's Cuevas. Now Marcel Brown with the floater, short. And we're going down the other way. Offensive foul on Karan Iverson. 5:06 left in this third quarter. Clock is running. For some reason, they did not stop it on that out-of-bounds play. Bennett, floater, too strong off the glass. And here comes Marcel Brown. Boris Cuevas hanging in the air and finishes with his right hand. Everybody involved tonight for the Zombies. Out of Springfield, Massachusetts, giving the flight the business here in Allentown, Pennsylvania tonight. Here's Jules. 4 free throws for him in the first quarter. Somehow got his own rebound amongst the trees, and he'll launch the three. Jenkins tried to save it, an incredible act of hustle, just unable to get it to Croston in the corner. Turnover. 4:20 left in the third quarter. Oh, nice take. Skivas and one. Point guard has been phenomenal. Throws caution to the wind on every take. Fearless and aggressive, and it's paid off for him tonight. 8 points. Can't complete the three-point play. And a foul on the baseline. It's on Cuevas. It'll stay on the floor. Down low to Bennett. Devin Bennett spinning. Can't finish. Long rebound out to Rolak. Whips it down low. Jenkins turning. And Croston finally finishes it off. Quadir Croston with 8 tonight. Roosevelt Lee down low. Soft touch, a little too strong. Skivas, the offensive board. Petey Skivas now in double figures with 10. Pretty impressive hair and beard. The flow in the beard game on Skivas. Rocks the full beard with the long locks. And last touch by Skivas. And he's fired up. I think everything he does fired up, as he will check out of the game. Terrence Thompson back in. There's Quadir Croston again. Oh, nice night for Quadir in the second half. He's got 8 in the third quarter, 10 for the game. Cuevas, shot fake, another pump fake. Now in the hands of Roosevelt Lee, again with the soft touch. Roosevelt Lee tonight for 38 years old, 19 points against a lot of these youngsters. Devin Bennett misfires. Fight for the rebound. Lee pulls it down, turned it over. I thought Jules was going to get the steal. Thompson wins that battle. Unselfish feed down low, and there's Marcel Brown to lay it in. Marcel Brown up to 7 points, 2:20 left third quarter. Brown with the deflection. It'll stay with Flight. This one is getting out of hand. It's been out of hand for the last 30 minutes or so, but now it's really starting to show. Another turnover. And Jenkins with the steal, so give Flight credit. Still playing hard, and Jenkins lays it in. Anthony Jenkins, 4 points, all in the second half. Marcel Brown, nice move with the right hand, able to finish and drop it in. Nice move from Marcel Brown. He's up to 9, so he's nearing double figures. Rolak, top of the key three, no. 1:39 left in this third quarter. Cuevas, nice finger roll, not able to get it to fall somehow. Look out. Out of bounds. They're going to say Flight ball. Cuevas and Jones don't agree. I was just hoping they didn't run into the broadcast setup. Would have saw that investment go down the drain with those big guys coming at the table full speed. Here's Jules. Now Devin Bennett. Couple of jab steps and a shot fake. The big guy will go to work, and he's fouled on the way up by Cuevas. So Bennett to the line to shoot the free throws. He's got 14 points tonight. 1:17 left in this third quarter. Bennett knocks down the free throw. So now, on the night, he is 4 of 8. Mistakenly spoke when I said he was 3 of 8 earlier. He was actually 3 of 7. So now total, he is 4 of 8. Make it 5 of 9. Bennett gets a pair at the stripe. Still a 22-point deficit. Marcel Brown, sidestep 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Brown in double figures. He's got 12. 7 of them here in this third quarter. Devin Bennett trying to carry the load after Khalil White and Mike Braithwaite were ejected for Flight for fighting with each other. Oh, that would have been Lob City, and a nice cap on the night for the 37, make it 38-year-old Roosevelt Lee. It's been all over the place. Jenkins is fouled with 39 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. Robbie Jones on the foul. See if Jenkins can knock down a couple at the line on the year, averaging 8.5 a game. He's got 5 all in this third quarter. 72 points tonight for Flight, make it 73. Anthony Jenkins, 6 off the bench. We still got another quarter to play. Zombies put up 159 in the first meeting and 1 for Robbie Jones. And now they're starting to jaw jack with each other. That's Robbie Jones' first bucket tonight. First time they met, it was a 159-97 loss for Flight. Zombies able to crush them up in Massachusetts. It was Flight's second largest defeat of the year. They lost, ironically, 159-96 to Hartford on opening night. So the New England region teams have not been kind to the Lehigh Valley as Jones makes one more. completes the three-point play. 20 seconds left in this third quarter. Jenkins, oh, nice move. Spinning out of control. If he would have got that to go, that might have been the play of the night. Well, they'll go back to the line to shoot two more. 11 seconds left in this third quarter. Jenkins knocks it down. And hits a pair. All 8 of Jenkins' points here in this third quarter. Cuevas, 8 seconds to go as he looks up at the clock. And he's fouled either by Jules or Rolek. The official asking if that was a foul. Clearly got hammered. 3.5 left in this third quarter. All smiles pretty much on that Zombie bench, and for Flight, bunch of heads and towels. Not wanting to see the outcome of this one, as the Zombies already put up 100 points in 3 quarters. Go! 3 seconds remaining. Here's Jihad Thorne to Jenkins at the horn. Got it! Anthony Jenkins, the buzzer beater. What a way to cap off the quarter for him. All 11 of his points in this game in this third quarter. Still a 22-point deficit as we move to the fourth. Five Zombie players in double figures. $22 from Iverson, who played sparingly in that third quarter. 19 for Lee, 16 for Thompson, 12 for Brown, 10 for Skivas. So spreading the wealth tonight as we move to this fourth quarter. Did not get a chance to add up Flight stats, and there's Terrence Thompson. First bucket of the second half. He's got 18. Devin Bennett putting on some moves, misses the 3. Rebound Lee. Fight for the ball and into the hands of Cuevas. We know Khalil White checked out with 17 and Braithwaite with 4 if they were ejected as we get a travel. Anthony Jenkins, so we have Khalil White, 17 points tonight. Devin Bennett with 16. Anthony Jenkins with 11. 10 from Kevin Rolak. 10 from Quadir Croston. And it's been slim pickings other than that. So Flight still with 4 players in double figures, but after that you get down to not much. Braithwaite with 4. Bennett's able to save it. 2 from Jihad Thorne, 4 from Jules, and 4 from Greenfield. And that's about it. So for Flight, their high scores, 17 from White as of now. Well, that's all he'll have as he was ejected at halftime. 16 for Bennett, 10 apiece for, 17 for White, 16 for Bennett, 11 for Jenkins, 10 for Croston, 10 for Rolak, 4 apiece for Jules and Braithwaite, and 2 from Jihad Thorne. Jenkins completes the 3-point play. So Jenkins has 14. Now with that three-point play. Cuevas stripped. Thorne. Flight trying to keep it respectable and the deficit manageable. Got to get to work early with 10:40 left in this fourth quarter. Shot clocks help in this situation. Devin Bennett, a lot of contact under the basket. No call. It'll stay with Flight. But how about Anthony Jenkins off the bench? Probably didn't expect to play a ton tonight. One of the older guys on this team has lightened his load with minutes in the last few games. 14 off the bench. Rolak, a deep two. Deep two for Rolak. He's got 12 tonight. And the scoreboard gave him a 3. Thought the official said and they're going to rule that a 3 for Rolak. So they give Rolak the 3 ball, so it's close, but I thought it was a 2, but they give him the 3. So we'll take the extra point. We could certainly use it. The net is not fixed. Usually they stop play to fix the net, but not tonight. Layup for Robbie Jones. Jones with 5 points tonight. Jules has not scored since the first quarter. And a nice runner and banks it in. Jules with 6 points. That's his first field goal. He was 4 of 4 at the line. Three ball, Terrence Thompson. Drano. 21 for Thompson, second on the team behind 22 from Karan Iverson. Rolak, a deep 2, so that one's a 2. Iverson played sparingly in the second half. Terrence Thompson with the layup. Out of bounds, it'll go back to the Zombies. 109-88 the score. Zombie players chirping at the refs to blow the whistle with a 21-point lead. Thompson tried to bank it in. He'll smile about that. Bennett splits through traffic. Down the lane, that time a clear foul. Marcel Brown, I think, got him on the way up. And Bennett will go to the line to shoot 2. And Bennett with 17 tonight, although a quiet 17. 8:29 remaining in the game, and the Zombies staff arguing that the foul differential is monumental between them and Flight. Even though they have a 20-point lead, make it a 19-point lead now. Bennett with 18 now. Averages 24. Cuevas deep on the 3. Norris too much mustard on that three-point attempt, so Cuevas off the mark. Norris Cuevas, the Springfield, Massachusetts native. Reach and foul committed by Cuevas. Now the players are getting a little chippy with each other. So Elton John once said Saturday night's all right for fighting. Flight have had an ejection for 2 players on their team, both for fighting with each other. So that's kind of the story of this game if you're just happening to catch the tail end of it. Khalil White and Mike Braithwaite got in an altercation with each other at the half, and they are both now in their warm-up attire. So they pushing and shoving, frustration boiled over between 2 Flight players at half. They had a bit of an altercation, so they were tossed. We got another timeout on the floor. We'll see how they play this last 8 minutes and change. Down 19. I mean, 8 minutes is still a lot of time, but they got to get some threes and some stops. Still more respectable than a 62-point loss the first time these two teams played. Only down 19 now. Flight likely to move to 0-8 at the conclusion of this game. Look at Jihad Thorne down the lane. Give him two, the Allentown native with a nice move. He's up to 4 points tonight. Here comes Thompson. Make that Jones, and he missed the layup. Rolak, unselfish play. Greenfield and one, so Flight not going away easy. They're not going to go down without a fight either. And we got a technical foul assessed on the floor. So Greenfield's going to shoot one more to complete the three-point play. So Jenkins is going to shoot the tech, and then I think Greenfield's going to come in and finish off his three-point play. Jenkins knocks down the tech. 15 tonight for Jenkins. So 109.95. So Jenkins shoots the one technical, and now Greenfield in to complete his three-point play opportunity after he was fouled. Then something must have been said to draw the tech. Jenkins, a good free throw shooter on the year. He is around 75%. But Greenfield misses his three-point play opportunity, so we are still trailing by 14, 7:39 to go tonight here at Eastside Youth Center. Again, I'm Tyler Kish. Thank you for everyone tuning in. And Roosevelt Lee with the and one and screaming in Jihad Thorne's face. Thorne gives him a shove, but the 38-year-old Lee doesn't really care about it. 21 for Roosevelt Lee tonight. Karan Iverson back into the game as well. Roosevelt Lee, 22 points tonight. Jenkins with the right hand. Anthony Jenkins having a heck of a second half tonight. He's got 17. Did not score in the first half. Roosevelt Lee trying to work on Rolak. And he's fouled. Going up. Roosevelt Lee with a wide grin and a smile on his face, and rightfully so. He's had a heck of a night tonight. He's at the line for two more. Team leader in points right now is Terrence Thompson with 23. Terrence Thompson with 23. Roosevelt Lee joins him with 23 of his own, and Karan Iverson with 22. But Iverson has played sparingly in this second half. Lee got them both. Now the team leader in points for tonight with 24. Here's Jenkins. Mid-range jumper. He's got it going tonight. Anthony Jenkins, 19 points, and a hard foul committed at the other end. Jenkins, 19 second-half points, 19 total points. Nice to see the veteran. He's 37 years old in his own right, from I believe that's what he told me a few weeks ago. Shot clock issue on the floor. There was a hard foul as well. Make it not a hard foul. Here's Skivas. Euros down the lane, misses it with the right hand. Lee was blocked on the way up. Bennett to Jenkins. Jenkins looking for his 21st points of the night, and he gets them. All of a sudden, it is a 12-point game. That foul is called. $23 points in the quarter for Flight. Scoreboard issue, it should be. So, officials concurring with me, it is 114-101. So the score is right after clarifying. Here's Skivas, dips it down low, and a kicked ball is called. So 14 foul for Flight in the quarter. 5 in the quarter for the Zombies. 6:34 left to go. Thompson short. Rolak the board. Down low. Croston puts his man on a poster. Get out of his way. Take flight. Clear the runway. Quadier flex on him. Wow. Quadier Croston with a poster. Well, that got the crowd to its feet. Still an 11-point deficit, but Flight trying to turn the corner. Maybe squeak out a comeback win. They've been down by as many as 22. .625 left in this fourth quarter. So that was the 6th team foul, and to add insult to injury, Croston's going to get one more. And it is a 10-point deficit. The Flight have trailed by as many as 23 or 24. And we got a hard shove into the bleachers, and glad to see Marcel Brown's all right. Luckily, no one was sitting there. There was a couple young children about 2 or 3 rows up. And I believe their parents, guardians, or whoever that was, pulled them out of the way to make sure that the 6'3", 205-pound Marcel Brown didn't run into him. A foul is called, and they will go to the line to shoot 2. Marcel Brown with 12 points tonight, looking for his first bucket here in the fourth. Takes his time and knocks down the free throw. Lucky 13 for Brown. Out of Springfield Tech Community College. Players leaving early, and it doesn't matter. Brown knocks a pair down. It's a 12-point deficit. Rolak putting on the moves, kicks it out. Jenkins has had the hot hand, and he can't miss in this second half. Anthony Jenkins bringing his squad all the way back. Terrence Thompson down low, and Iverson slashes his way to the rim. Karan Iverson with 24. 6 minutes left to play. A brand new game in this one. Rolak with the right hand. And here comes Lehigh Valley. The engine's starting to roar. And we'll see if the Plains can soar by the end of the night and take flight. Iverson with the left hand, so smooth. 26 for Iverson. Only 4 in this fourth quarter for him. Bennett misses. Make it only really 7 in the second half for Iverson. He hasn't played much because it was a sizable lead. Thompson in and out on the 3. Rolak the board. Stolen by Thompson. Big turnover. He has it knocked away. Who's going to get the loose ball? Ping pongs and pinballs around into the hands of Greenfield. Hassan on the runner, short, through contact, goes up, and he is fouled. 4:59 remaining. So Hassan Greenfield at the stripe. 6 points tonight, make it 7. Well, hold on a minute. If you're a Zombie fan, it's not over quite yet. The Fat Lady did not start singing yet. The vocal cords are probably warmed up, though. And almost a steal. Flight wanted that call. Greenfield thought he deflected it off a Zombie player. Instead, it'll stay with Western Mass. Petey Skivas with the basketball. He's been fun to watch tonight. High energy point guard for this Western Mass Zombie team. 16 on the shot clock, 4:48 on the game clock. Terrence Thompson, pull up, mid-range. No, Rolak the board, and it's just a 9-point deficit. Rolak somehow gets it to Croston. Bennett wide open for 3. Got it! 6-point deficit. Timeout, Zombies. 4:31 to go. Flight was down by as many as 23. They were down 22 at half, and it wasn't any prettier in the third quarter, but all of a sudden in this fourth quarter. And even at the end of the third quarter, it was a 22-point deficit. It was 100-78 at the end of the third quarter. Still a 22-point deficit like it was at halftime. And since that point, Lehigh Valley is on a 42-14 run here in this fourth quarter. A 42-14 run in the fourth quarter for Flight. And they're missing 2 of their starters who were ejected for fighting with one another. Imagine if Khalil White and Mike Braithwaite are on the floor. Who knows? But give the second unit a lot of credit. Anthony Jenkins, all of his points in the second half. 24 tonight for Jenkins. 4:28, Jenkins gets the steal. Bennett whips it around the horn. Greenfield almost turned it over. Jenkins, heat check. Why not? Anthony Jenkins fired up. 27 points, all in the second half. It is back to a 3-point deficit. Somehow, someway, Flight have found their groove here in this fourth quarter. 4 minutes to go in the fourth. Iverson, stolen away by Jenkins. And Thompson got it right back. Behind the back, and a reach-in foul on Bennett will send Thompson to the line. We're going to get the media timeout coming up, and I think both teams need it. But how about Anthony Jenkins tonight? 29 points for Jenkins, all in the second half. The Immediate timeout, 3:54 left. Make it 3:53 left. Thompson knocks down the first free throw. Terrence Thompson, 24 points tonight, making 25 for Thompson. Rolak using the body, and he is fouled. What has gotten into flight tonight, especially in this fourth quarter? Down 22 at half. 2 players ejected for fighting with one another under the scoreboard at half. Still down 22 at the end of the third, and all of a sudden, it is a 5-point game. Rolak, the free throw is good. And I think a big momentum swing was Quadir Croston's poster dunk. That resulted in an and one. Rolak makes them both. Lee leaking out. Doesn't get the and one, but he will go to the line. 3:36. And the shot clock. Oh, Devin Bennett slow to get up. That is not good if you're a Flight fan. Devin Bennett, a heck of a player. He's got 21 tonight. And good to see Devin Bennett get up. (29) second half points from Anthony Jenkins to bring the squad back. Quadir Croston with 11 of his 13 in the second half. Kevin Rolak, he's got 19, 14 of them in the second half. What a night for Lehigh Valley. Down 22 at the end of the third, making the score respectable. And I think Anthony Jenkins is going to have his say again in this game before it ends. Roosevelt Lee, the man they cannot stop on the offensive end, he's got 25 now. Jules will check out for Hassan Greenfield. So only a 7-man crew now with the 2 ejections. Lehigh Valley battling. This Flight team will put up a fight. And Lee knocks it down. Jahad Thorne hands it off to Croston. Jenkins, 29 second half points. Quadir Croston taken off. Blocking foul is called. And Quadir will go to the line. That could have went either way. Flight getting the benefit of the doubt, and Brian Stasitis is beside himself on the far sideline. He thought his team had this thing in the bag, and I'll be fair and say so did I. It was a 22-point game at the end of the third, and Lehigh Valley was sluggish. A bunch of the guys had their heads in towels and just shaking their heads, and give them credit. They have battled back in a big way tonight. Quadir Croston with 14 now. 12 in the second half for Quadir. And he misses the second. That's a big miss. Still a 2-possession game. Cuevas make it Skivas unselfish. Skivas kicks it out. Thompson with 8 on the shot clock. Is he going to logo 3 this? Working against Jenkins. Thompson steps back and somehow swirled that in. Jenkins is knocked to the deck. They're going to call that a 3. Jenkins is slow to get up after the incredible effort he has had in this second half. Never seen Ant that animated before. He thought it was a moving screen. Deep three, Devin Bennett with the answer. Iverson is fouled, and he will go to the line. 2:36 remaining. Iverson knocks down the free throw. Misses the second one. Kicks it out. Jenkins, corner three. Got it again. Anthony Jenkins, 32 for him in this second half. Here's Skivas. Kicks it out. Marcel Brown. Now back over to Skivas. Cuevas. 2 on the shot clock. Got it off in time and lays it up. That fires up the zombie crowd that made the trip from the New England region. And there's 2 minutes to go. 2-minute warning here in Allentown. But what a game tonight. It looked like it was over in that third quarter. 22-point deficit. Anthony Jenkins with 32 in this second half has brought his squad all the way back. Can they finish the deal? Team was down 22 at the end of the third, but they were down as many as 25 or 26 at one point. Four-point lead for the Zombies. Down by 4. Rolak. Over to Bennett, dangerously close to stepping on that red line. 13 on the shot clock, almost lost it. Anthony Jenkins has been on fire, and he is fouled. Looking for his 33rd and 34th points of the night. His season high was in the teens somewhere. And then exploding for 32 off the bench. He's got to knock down these free throws. Both teams shooting 2 the rest of the way. 1:43 to go here in the fourth. And the first one goes out. Tough break. $32 for Jenkins. Can he get one more? He can. 33 tonight for Anthony. 1:40 to go. They can hold and force up a shot late in the clock. Iverson's got it in his hands, and he almost turned that over. The 6'10 Iverson on the 5'10 Jenkins. Iverson is held and fouled on the way up. It'll be on the floor, but he's still shooting 2. 1:27 left to play. Iverson knocks down the first. He misses the second. Long rebound out to Lee. And another foul is called on Greenfield. And Skivas gets the first one. Did he make it? Did he make it? Skivas got them both, and they didn't give him one of his points. They only put 1 point up on the board. Bennett lost it. Skivas made both free throws, and now they give them both, and Iverson going back to the line. .109 left to go. Iverson missed that one, though. It's been to the line quite a bit tonight. And Iverson makes them both. Or he makes one of two. I should say. No, he got them both. Okay. Iverson goes 1 of 2. Check that at the line. Jenkins, why not? Why not? Anthony Jenkins, 36 points in the second half. Bennett fouls Cuevas. Big shout out to Sean Nemeth, tuning in from the Hub City Hogs. Got to meet him a week or two ago when they were up in the building. And one of their graphic design content creators, give him a follow. Give the Hub City Hogs a follow, and worked well with him, getting all the numbers. But Anthony Jenkins, the story, he's got 36 tonight, all in this second half. 53 seconds left. Cuevas missed it, and this is going to get interesting in a second if he misses both of these. Flight were down 22 at the end of the third. This team beat them by 60 plus. Jahad Thorne, 50 seconds, kicks it out. Greenfield, 3, airballed it. Long rebound out to Lee, and they can kill as much clock as they physically can. Skivas working his way, kicks it out. The foul is called with 35 seconds left. But win or lose tonight for Flight, the story, Anthony Jenkins, 36 points in the second half. He didn't score in the first half. He barely played in the first half. 2 ejections for Flight for fighting with each other at half, and Jenkins carries the slack and drops 36 in the second half as Marcel Brown knocks down that free throw. Unreal. One of the best performances of the year probably for any player. 36 to do it in just 24 minutes. Brown got them both. 3-possession game, 35 seconds left. Can Jenkins work some more magic? He has went off in this second half. Spinning, gets his way to the rack. That one too strong. Croston's put back, no. Out to Greenfield. He'll slice and dice down the lane, and he's got himself a bucket. 10 tonight for Greenfield, 18 seconds left. Another foul going down to shoot. It'll be Terrence Thompson. .138, 132. I am running out of room in this book to put points. And he made them both. .18 seconds remaining. Kevin Rolak with the basketball. 14, over to Thorne. Got to hurry, down 7. Jenkins from the wing, fires! Can't get the bounce. Rebound Lee into the hands of Iverson. He fires it down the floor. No basket. And that'll do it. Final score, 139 to 132. It was a dramatic fourth quarter, but the Zombies will head back to Springfield, Massachusetts with a 7-point win. We'll come back and add up the points in just a moment. A lot to add up. Right, so after adding everything up, and obviously this is unofficial math, but I did get it to 139. So I had Terrence Thompson with 30 for the Zombies, 28 from Iverson, 27 from Lee, 16 from Brown, 12 from Skivas, 6 from Starks, 5 from Jones, 4 from Boyd, 9 from Cuevas, and 2 from Myers. So that is 139. And for Flight, Anthony Jenkins, 36. 6 from Jules. 17 from Khalil White. 10 from Hassan Greenfield. 14 from Quadir Croston. 19 from Kevin Rolak, 2 from Jihad Thorne, and 24 from Devin Bennett. And that added up to 132. So, wow, a lot of math, but Flight come up just short in this one. And that'll do it for tonight. Anthony Jenkins, 36 in the second half. Not enough tonight, but what a charismatic, heroic effort. Have a happy Easter break, and we will see you next time. For Tyler Kish and our production, for our production crew, I'm Tyler Kish, saying so long, and we will see you next time here on the Flight YouTube channel.